It's freaking hot, man. Welcome back to another video, everybody. I don't even remember the last one I made, to be honest with you guys. I've been busy with work. Just finished school. I've just been hella lazy, to be honest with you guys. But we need to get work done. This video, this description doesn't already say it. Putting some new seats in my brother's Integra. So progress is being made. I mean, all the trunk setup's done. I think the last video, now that I remember, I think it was like the airbag suspension. I don't fucking remember, to be honest with you guys. I think that was what it was. But yeah, the bags are done. One thing I really want to get hopped on already is starting to build this motor. We have everything. I just need to get it going. But we're trying to find an engine stand. Haven't been able to find one. I don't know why it's being so freaking difficult. And even Harbor Freight, freaking ton-and-a-half ones went for like almost $400. So yeah, I might have to do it on Amazon. But yeah, in the meantime, throw on the seats and show you guys how to do that with the good old eBay special. Yeah, I think my brother bought these rails for like, I think like $68 for the pair. And if you guys don't already know, seat rails are not cheap by any means. Driver seat rail a while back, just to see if it even worked. And then the passenger one, we just needed to oversize a hole just a little bit for one of the bolts to fit in. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, so I could go ahead and bolt it up. And I mean, for the price, dude, I mean, shit, they didn't provide all the hardware, freaking nylon locking nuts. Like, doesn't get any better than that. They lined up pretty damn good for what you get for it. I mean, it's not no freaking, I think it's like the Planet, or well, I don't know what brand they are, or those sparkle rails or whatever the fuck. But I mean, you're not paying like almost $200 for a seat rail. I mean, I don't know, like the metal seems thick. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up, start bolting everything up, and show you guys what's good. Okay, don't mind it not having carpet, one step at a time. But I think what he was talking about was, let's see, because it has a back bolt. Yeah, see, that one lines up. This one basically lines up. Put the hardware in there. Like I said, they're eBay. So if someone says freaking offset, or I don't know what's off, look, man, if you want to go spend like $200 on the freaking rail, by all means, go do it. But we're on a budget, so. Oh, I see it. Okay, if you guys can see, I think that's what my brother was talking about. It's like barely, like, not hitting it. That's the only one. But this one's on, and that back one, you can see right there, it lines up. So we're basically good on that part. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take off the rail, drill it out right there, just so we can make some clearance, and should be Gucci. Unless, okay, easy enough. Got one in, widen the other one out, and then this one fits tight, but it fits. Obviously that one already did fit, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just mount it up. All right, so luckily when we got these seats, they came with their sliders already, so it's not gonna be like mine where it's fixed. So on these, you have 2 holes on top, 2 on the bottom. To be honest with you guys, I do not remember how we bolted it on, but basically just put it right on top, see which is lined up. That one right there, yeah, like so. The center one's right there, center one right there, and up top, same thing, center and center. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start put some hardware on real quick and show you guys how it mounts up. All right, so I threw some hardware on. I'm on the last one, but before I throw it on, I just want to show you guys how I'm doing it. So with this specific seat rail, nut, nylon locking nut, bolt, washer, 5 millimeter, hex head, whatever you want to call it. Literally just put in the nut in the rail right there, so that when it's in there, you don't have to require holding it. All you gotta do is tighten it with this. I already have 1, 2, 3. And for this one right here, since it is a little bit more difficult to get, there's not much room for anything, I'm gonna go from the back with the Allen key and the nut on top and just do it like that. But for the most part, that's how they're gonna line up. These are what line up the best. Make sure they're not twick or anything like that after they're tightened up. But yeah, that's basically it. And they're not super tight, they're just loosely on all three. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one on real quick and snug it up. Okay, so I got everything bolted on, and this is what I meant. Like right here, since it's super tight fit, I put the Allen bolt from the back, got the washer, put on the nut, and then just tighten that. Everything else is snug, and then at the end, just literally just give it a visual check. Make sure that the rail looks pretty damn straight to the seat, which to me I think it is. And throw it back on. Simple. Just like that. Seat is done. Just about the same height as the driver's seat. So yeah, for the driver's seat, it was basically the same thing. For whatever reason, that one went on a lot easier. So for whatever reason that is, I mean, they're eBay, paid $65 for the pair, I think, if not like 70. But I mean, for some seat rails with some decent hardware, I can't complain. Rails are really expensive. So yeah, I'm glad we got these on so that the interior is almost buttoned up. Right now I saw some daylight and I don't know how long the video is, so I'm gonna go ahead and also start installing his radio because he has nothing in there. And I mean, there's only so much light I have left, so I'm not gonna do something crazy. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a radio install. And for anybody wondering, need to recline. Slide. He's slide, not recline. Recline, but I meant slide. Okay, I'm pretty freaking tired. But here's the radio. It's Pioneer double din. And I wasn't aware of it, but my brother already had it done a long time ago. So guess who's happy? This guy. I mean, wiring a radio is not hard at all, but it's something I don't want to do. You know what I mean? If you don't gotta do it, cool. Another step forward. But for those who are wondering, because apparently it's still something, not in a rude way, but something that gets asked a lot on how to wire a radio. So I'll briefly explain it. Alright, so simple enough. If your car has no cuts or anything, you should have something like this, depending on your vehicle. And you can get a jumper harness that can go from that plug to connect, splice it in to your radio plug that goes into this. And just to show you guys, oh, got it flipped. Oops. Boom, clicks right in. So if you have the plug already, literally guys, I mean, you can basically match up the wires. You're gonna have a red for accessory, meaning when you turn your key to either first or second position, I cannot remember at the moment, then the radio will get power and turn on, which is controlled by a fuse. And then you have your constant, which my brother doesn't have fused but should be. Your constant is basically not saying your radio's gonna stay on, but that's for like your Bluetooth memory, your radio settings, your, you know, everything that your radio wants to stay saved when you turn it back on, clock, etc. That's what the constant's for. You want that. So your accessory, constant being your yellow, and then basic enough, black being ground. I don't know why he made that so long, but goes to ground. Okay, and for most part, your radios won't have all the extra stuff just because this is a double din. It does come with the features for reverse camera, things like that. I'm not gonna go over that right now because, you know, we don't have a camera and you're just trying to wire up a radio. And from there, you're gonna have a matching set of colors, which I don't know if different radios it matters, but for example, we got a set of grays, whites, greens, and purples. All those are speaker output, positive and negative. Negative being the one with the black stripe. As you guys can see, every color has its own black stripe, and then every color has a whole solid wire. Solid wire being, you know, the positive to your speaker, negative being the negative to your speaker. And look at that, you go to your radio plug, same thing. So, you know, straightforward, match up the wires, and you should have radio. So, you know, gray with black right there, boom. So yeah, every one of these two sets of wires represents a speaker output, you know, 4 speakers in the car. And if you for whatever reason don't have this plug and you just have to straight hardwire your radio to your harness, you would have to find the not diagram, but just literally look up on Google your color for your radios. Like, for example, I think like the white green is like your constant, and like, as an example, I'm not know with everything, but find out which colors goes to what. It's a little clustered up here because I had to fix that, but it works. Find out which colors go to what speaker, or if not, simple enough, pull off your door card thing. And these are kind of short because I had to repair them, but if you have the OEM speaker wire coming out of it, look at the colors, and the way to know which one's negative, which one's positive. The negative colors will most likely be like a dull color. For example, negatives would be like that brown black, gray black, brown white. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, well, it's 4 speakers. So yeah, and your positives will be the more brighter colors, like a blue, yellow, red, green. Like I'm saying, I don't know which speakers you go to. I'm just trying to let you guys know that, you know, if you're gonna wire it, those are your most common grounds for your speakers, and the brighter colors would be that, and then so on and so forth. But you can find that information on Google. Wire according to your radio. So yeah, if you have the harness, better. If not, that's how you would go about it, and just connect the dots. So whatever is constant on that wire, go to yellow. Whichever one's a accessory goes to this one. Your ground, you know, go to your ground, and then each speaker to every set of 2 wires that go per door. I know it's not a very like full-on wiring, but hope that helps. And another thing too is that the jumper harnesses come with this blue wire. These cars from factory don't have an amp setting or amp installed like newer vehicles. So if you're having a subwoofer in your vehicle, this blue wire here, where it says system remote control, or some sort of blue wire on your actual radio plug, this is what actually goes back to your amp and triggers it. So for the people who are like installing an amp, this is what this will go to. And then, like I said, the other extra inputs, reverse signal, mute. I'm not gonna use those. Just gonna go ahead and tape them back up. So yeah, I'm not installing amp right now. I will in the future, but I'm not gonna bother with there now. So I'm just tape up all these wires, cover it up, and go ahead and get the freaking install. Okay, so the instructions to install a radio. Just throw it in there. Nah, I'm just kidding. Get that shit back, bro. Get that shit back. Okay, so simple enough. Just look for your vehicle. We are in an Acura Integra, not a 93. We did this with my girl's car, but we are on a 94 201. So guess what? We will follow these instructions. All right, so this is a little bit different than my girl's, but I'm gonna see what's up. So simple enough. It says we gotta cut mounting clips on the radio housing except clip C and H figure B A. So you can tell by the design, there's like 2 little tabs up top, which are, look at that, those 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and just literally, as it says, cut all of them except those 2. I might leave some for extra support, but yeah, we'll go ahead and cut those real quick and get it thrown on. Guys, I'm an idiot. Oh my god, I got freaking happy. I was just snipping through and I was like, I don't remember cutting that tab on the other side, because I was supposed to leave that tab right there. Oh, supposed to leave this one, and once I snipped it, I was like, wait, I don't remember cutting that one on that side.
Housing except.
Bug it. Let's see if it still works. Right now, I think someone had messed with this under portion of the dash, so my brother might need to get this side and this side this whole under piece right here, because they literally just noticed it just chopped off the center of this for whatever fucking reason. And I mean, it goes on good, like lines up fucking good, you know, clicks on, you know, sits in its correct spot. I think I have it backwards. No, hold up. So yeah, it sits in the correct spot, but yeah, the tabs are pretty loose still, so I'm worried that it might come out. I left that bottom one right there too, as you can see. It helps it grab, but yeah, the dash is just pretty worn out, so it's kind of a negative, but I think we should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing the install, and hopefully something comes out good. Okay, so next it says cut and remove the slots on the bottom of the ISO brackets. Little 2 tabs at the bottom right there. Rear support tray will not be used. The rear support tray is gonna be this one, which I had to use on my girlfriend's Integra. Use it. Oh, it might work. If I can use it, I'll use it, because the little flap at the end. If I put the shit back, this little edge right here, I used it on her car, and it hangs like right there at the end. So maybe, but we'll see. I'm not gonna cut that stuff yet, because yeah. So it doesn't say to cut these off. Kind of move the slots in the bottom. Yeah, see, it doesn't say to cut nothing but the bottom one. So I'm gonna go leave those on for right now. It's telling me to cut these, but those lock into those little tabs right there on the bottom tray. I'm gonna leave them on. It's not gonna hurt, that I know if I do leave them on. And I'm also gonna have to cut these right here. These shit's not gonna, yeah. So much for instructions, right? Instructions are not playing when they say cut those 2 tabs at the bottom off. I tried installing the radio right now off camera just to make sure everything was good. Everything was good. But those 2 tabs at the bottom make it a pain in the ass to take out. Yeah, so cut the tabs at the bottom off. You're not gonna need them. All you need is to, you know, put the frame on, put the side piece on, cut every single one of those tabs off. You know, this thing just literally just hooks right up. If it had the whole frame, like on the actual dash, like if I had all this on it still, oh man, we'd be money. Like all this would click in a lot better, but it does good right now. And I also want to mention too, guys, when installing these kits, they provide certain screws for a reason. So for example, like these little small ones, you guys may think, oh, like if I lose them, fuck it. Nope. These small ones, you guys can see, have a little taper to them. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's kind of hard to see on the camera. There we go. It has a taperness to it. It's very tiny. That's meant so when you put the side pieces on the radio, these screws don't, I mean, it's kind of popping out. That one isn't really much, but so it sits flush. Because if you use a different type of screw, it's going to hit the radio. And yeah, so make sure you guys use them. Don't over torque them. I mean, it's a freaking plastic insert, for crying out loud. So just snug it up with a screwdriver and you'll be good. They give you 2 screws for the radio also. I just put one right there. Doesn't really be specific. Put one right there. Make sure the plastic doesn't come out. And yeah, that's basically it. You're literally almost cutting off everything. Just make sure you guys keep the correct tabs on the actual frame. And I'm going to connect the harness now. Put the radio in. And that basically does it for about double the install. I probably maybe see if it has power, maybe not, see what's up with it, but yeah, there it just slides right in. Okay, just for the sake of the video, I plugged the harness in, taped it up, taped it up. I left the amp wire out, the one I mentioned that goes to the amplifier. I'll show you guys that when I do that, but I left that out because I'm gonna use it. And I also left out the reverse wire signal. Oh, guys, I'm out of breath. But I left that one out. I remember my brother mentioning that he might want to use a reverse camera. So I left the wire out just in case he does want to use it. You know, he has the option for it. So I'm going to go ahead and just simple enough, see if it turns on. Because it's getting dark out. Doesn't look like it, but it is. So simple enough. Put it in. Is it first key? Nope. Second key. Hey! Oh, here, fuck, the press is turned on too. Sweet. Everything works like it should. Bluetooth. Agree. Tight. And then it should turn off. Boom, bingo. Turn back on. Tight. All right, so once you can confirm that works, I see if you have your speakers. Not trying to be like a smartass, but I know mine work, or the wiring works for my radio. So I'm going to throw it back on, confirm you guys' work. Once it is, stop it all in, and enjoy your double din or single din, whatever you prefer, man. Whatever you prefer. All right, I got it shit installed. Would you look at that? Yeah, see, the dash is a little loose, but it shouldn't come out. It would be nice if I didn't cut that tab right there, but hey, I'm human, man. We all make mistakes out here. That looks tight. I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting all the center console back on. Wrap up this video. Yeah. Okay, crazy enough. It got fucking dark. So I went ahead and put the whole center console and everything. I mean, it's still hella dirty, but I went ahead and cleaned it a little bit. But yeah, this needs to get some new interior. But I did my best to at least line this piece up. This is solid. So, I mean, I didn't even know that, to be honest, because of how bad some of these cars are. But I guess when you're taking all this apart, you're supposed to take this out first. Some screws behind there. Then you take out this whole section right here, and then there's these screws in the back that everybody misses. So when you put everything back together, it's all sloppy. So this actually lined up like solid A1. I haven't put these back ones in yet, but you know, you get the point. So yeah, I see a lot of problems with the Integras nowadays, that people just forget those screws. This is all missing, and everyone's like, why is my center console loose? Yeah. The only problem I see right now is a very common issue. It's not holding up for whatever reason. It look all straight, but I have to look into that another day. But for the most part, all in all, this is the finished result. And with the management right there, boom. Sweet. Everything works. It's not no Apple CarPlay, but it's been like, oh, we don't want Apple CarPlay because those, like, we want a good radio basically. So yeah, we don't have reverse camera, we don't have that, we don't have radio. So yeah, basically all we're doing is Bluetooth, but works. Power on, or power off, power on, etc. So yeah, she works. Turn off. Turn on. Oh yeah. Well, it's hella dark out, and you can't see nothing no more. So I'm gonna end out this video. The video might not have been that interesting, but guys want to upload up something, you know what I mean? But yeah, my brother's new seats are on. Feel good, chilling. Got the radio installed. We need to do a whole amp kit and everything, but it's gonna be a whole other install. I don't want to deal with it now. Hopefully soon, maybe this weekend we'll probably get or next week, finally get whatchamacallit, an engine stand so we can get cracking on his motor. Get that all get all that started up, and finally have this damn Integra back on the road, because it's been sitting for a minute. But hey man, some progress is better than nothing. And with that being said, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, see what we do the next time. Peace.